will start with the recitation of Quran, and we will have to start with where we left off, 29th ayat of Surah Baqarah. So we will be, inshallah, proceeding with وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ. So I request Brother Faiz to, inshallah, recite from here onward.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Would you like me to recite the next ruku? Ali bhai, would you like me to recite the next ruku?
Yes, please. Start from this. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ.
जी जी. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة. قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك. قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين. قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم. فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض وأعلم ما تبدون وما كنتم تكتمون. وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس أبى واستكبر وكان من الكافرين وقلنا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين فأزلهما الشيطان عنها فأخرجهما مما كانا فيه وقلنا اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين فتلقى آدم من ربه كلمات فتاب عليه إنه هو التواب الرحيم قلنا اهبطوا منها جميعا فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن تبع هداي فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون اللهم احفظنا صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين.
Jazakallah, brother Faiz. Allah give you reward for your recitation and your.
Jazakallah khair.
So today, inshallah, we will be starting a ruku that is very important. Topics are covered. The foremost is the creation of humankind, who we are, and what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us about our creation, and what does the other scholars have said. So we would like to make a distinction here between the creation of Adam alayhi salam and the Nur Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Nur Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was created before everything, before the creation of Adam, before the creation of jinns, before the creation of all the other angels. And what happened that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what he did, he sent Jibreel Amin to earth, and where is now the Lahad Mubarak in the Masjid al-Nabawi. He took out a handful of sand or earth, and Jibreel alayhi salam took it to the heavens, and in the heaven there is a pond there called Tasneem, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, what he did, he created the Nur al-Nabawi, and that became the source for all the other creation, and that is separate from the creation of Adam alayhi salam. When Adam alayhi salam was created, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him from clay, and before he created, this is the story being told in this ruku, that he told Malaika, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I'm going to create a vice regent on the earth. So Jibril, all the angels, they ask him, would you create somebody who will cause mischief in the earth and cause the bloodshed? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, I know something you do not know. And then what he did, he taught all the nature of things to Adam alayhi salam, and he presented Adam alayhi salam toward all the angels and says that, what I taught, the nature of all the things, asma, or the names of all the things. If you are truthful, tell them. So angels were not able to do that. So creation of Adam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he created, Maulana Abdul Siddiqi Saheb writes that all the other creations, their intellect is limited in things, whatever they have been, I can use the word maybe programmed to do that, or the knowledge they need to function, or they need to survive. But the free reasoning, free choosing of will and all that, that's exclusive to the humans. So these are the different creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created angels from light. And whatever the command Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give to the angels, they perform that. So to them, there's no questioning of authority of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they do not have any desires. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created animals and beasts. So they do not have any intellect except what they need necessary to find food or to survive, or in the instinct. But they do not have any intellect. They just have the desires. And humankind is something that has desire as well as intellect. So the angel of intellect is a little different. So, a human can choose. So it has the capacity. Human has the capacity to do both good and bad. So basically, all of the human beings are the children of Adam and Eve, Adam alayhi salam and Bibi Hawa. So basically, the divinity is in our blood, because we are all descendant of Adam alayhi salam, who was a prophet. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the other hand, he described it. He created you in the best of creation, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he created human, he created in his own image the human. But then he says, Summa radadnahu asfala safilin. Then he lowered you to the lowest of low. So when the divinity is there, till you are under the guidance, on the same, following the same foot as your father, Adam alayhi salam, who was a prophet. But when you deviate from that path, a person can become the lowest of low. Some people started worshipping trees. Some people started worshipping the statues or idols that they carved from their own hand. So this is being the lowest of low. So this story goes on, and basically our animosity toward shayateen. Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created jinns from fire? So we humankind have been created from clay, and jinns have been. So before the creation of humans, jinns used to rule this earth. But what happened? They became rebellious, and they started causing mischief in this earth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent another creation, angels to the earth. So they beat them up and chased them all to the wilderness, to the mountains and valleys and jungles. But one jinn, his name was Azazil or Iblis. He did not disobey, and he went and he realized that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating another being named humankind or Adam to replace our kind, jinn kinds, into this earth. He pleaded with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I will never disobey you, and I will praise you more. So he was not a rebellious to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he became jealous. So that's why Maulana Abdul Siddiqi Saheb, he's mentioned that this is a old animosity that exists between humankind and shayateen, because he's from the jinn kind. So that's why the shaitan is very learned enemy. He's an enemy who used to be the tutor of all the angels. So such is his level of knowledge. And he cannot be seen. That's why he can treacherously, do the tricks on us, which a lot of people cannot comprehend. So these are the things. And when, inshallah, as we proceed, we'll tell more about the story. So we have read so far that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam al-Islam nature of all the things, or the name of the. So here the real meaning is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave human being intellect, a free reasoning that they could reason with it. So it is different from other beings who have been just given enough knowledge to survive and to get by. So when angels ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that why would you create make a vice region on the earth, will cause mischief and bloodshed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is replying that وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ عَرَضَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told angels, tell the names of all the things if you are truthful. So these angels replied, قَالُوا سُبْحَانَكَ لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا إِلَّا مَا عَلَّمْتَنَا. So angels are replying, we do not have any knowledge except the one you have taught us. So now that brings us to another topic about knowledge, because this is another topic that is being talked about a lot, which is ilm al-ghaib. People without comprehending what is the ilm al-ghaib, they talk a lot about it. So Sufi scholars, Maulana Abdul Siddiqi Saheb, have described it that ilm al-ghaib is of three kinds. The very basic kind is our iman, which is ilm al-ghaib. And if we go to the earlier ayahs of Surah Baqarah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fi, Hudal lil Muttaqin, Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaib, Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaib, wa yuqimuna as-salata wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing who are the people. He's defining who are the people of iman, who are the people of faith. Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaib, those people who believe in unseen. So this is the first kind of ilm al-ghaib, that you believe in something that you have not seen. For example, heavens, Jannah, Jahannam, angels, resurrection after death. These are all the things that we have not seen it, but we believe it. And how do we believe it? This is the knowledge that has been given to us by Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said that, in order to have iman, this is a knowledge you have to have. You have to believe in Allah. You have to believe in an angel. You have to believe in the previous scriptures, believe in this scripture, Quran. You have to believe that, you will be resurrected and be accountable for all your deeds. So this is the first kind of ilm al-ghaib. Second kind of ilm al-ghaib is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been given to his special people. So this first kind of ilm al-ghaib is called ilm al-ghaib al-imani. And second call is ilm al-ghaib al-qas. So it can be given to qas, or the special people, and including angels. Because angels, what they are doing, even before Adam al-Islam has been created, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just telling them that I'm going to make a vice regent or governor into the earth. And they are saying, why would you make a vice regent who will cause mischief and bloodshed? So they already know what is going to happen in the earth. How did they know that? This is a special knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the angels. But what they are saying? La ilma lana illa ma allamtana, that we do not know anything. So this is the knowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the angels. So this is a special. And the third kind, we will read it, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, and it is again in this ruku. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So then we go to the قَالُوا سُبْحَانَكَ لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا إِلَّا مَا عَلَّمْتَنَا, that we do not have any knowledge except the one you have given. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَلِيمُ الْحَكِيمُ. So إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَلِيمُ الْحَكِيمُ. So this is, you are the possessor of all the knowledges. So for this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's nothing is hidden from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قَالَ يَا آدَمَ أَنْبِئْهُمْ بِأَسْمَائِهِمْ فَلَمَّا أَنْبَأَهُمْ بِأَسْمَائِهِمْ. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Adam alayhi salam, tell them the names or the nature of all the things that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had taught him. So he said that to the angels, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَالَ أَلَمْ أَقُلْ لَكُمْ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ غَيْبَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. So didn't I tell you that I know the غَيْبَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. So this is the third kind of ilm al-ghaib I was describing. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for him, like, when he's saying غَيْبَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, he knows all the hidden things that for you are hidden, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows them. So somebody has something in his hand which is clenched. So the people who cannot look into the, a clenched fist, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would know it. So what you hide and what you reveal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it. This is the third kind. Allah's knowledge of unseen, or is absolute. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this special knowledge to some of the special people. I give you an example that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prophesied to the Muslims that very soon, in his time, he said that very soon Muslims will conquer Persia. At that time, Persia was a superpower, very much like United States of America or USSR or China. And at that time, in Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam time, Muslims had just established, a state of Medina, which was in its initial stages. But he prophesied that Persia will be conquered. And he said, and he also warned them that, they are the open baths, or called hammam in Persia. So when you conquered, stay away from them. So he told them what's going to happen and what to avoid when you conquer, a thing like that. So those people who, without knowing what ilm al-ghaib and what ilm al-ghaib al-khas is, so what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches, or give it to his special people, which is Anbiya also. So this is ilm al-ghaib al-khas. So he's just like, I'll give you one example. There are a lot of examples in which Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told a lot of things. There's another incident in which there was one person, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he was migrating from Makkah to Medina. So one person, an Arab, Quraysh had put 100 camel bounty on Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that person, his name was Suraqa. So he had a fast horse. He chased Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And when he approached that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sank his horse into the mud. So he repented and told Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Quraysh had put 100 bounty of 100 camel on you. If I turn around, what would you do? What would you give me? So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that I'm giving you the bangles and the of Kasra, the Persian king. So he foretold that one day Persia will be conquered. So this is a second kind of. So this is important that we understand what are the three different kinds of ilm al-ghaib. Ilm al-ghaib al-imani, which is mentioned in the earlier part of Surah Baqarah. Then ilm al-ghaib al-khas, which is mentioned by this ruku, in which angels are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And third is which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inni alamu ghaiba samawati wal ard. I know the all the ghaib, or the hidden of the heavens and earth. Wa alamu ma tubduna wa ma kuntum taktumun. And I know what you reveal and what you conceal. So this is sort of our completion of this of discussion about ilm al-ghaib, because that further says wa alamu ma tubduna wa ma kuntum taktumun, what you reveal and what you conceal. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the angels that prostrate before Adam alayhi salam. So they prostrate except Iblis, and he became haughty, or the arrogant, and he became the kafir, or the rebellious one. So now we start another thing, that what caused, why did he became masjud, Adam alayhi salam, of all the angels? Because when Adam alayhi salam was created, as I said, the Nur al-Nabi of Nur Muhammad was created separately. And that was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had crafted that nur. And what he did, he bestowed that between the shoulders of Adam alayhi salam. And because of that, that sajda or the prostration was the sajda of respect for Adam alayhi salam, because he was the one who was carrying the Nur Muhammadi sallallahu alaihi wasallam between his shoulder. And that's the Sufi scholars have written, because of this Nur, Adam alayhi salam was the carrier of this Nur, so angels prostrated for before him. And this is the same Nur when it was carried to Bibi Hawa. So Adam alayhi salam would refrain from, approaching her because he would respect. So this Nur Nabi kept transferring from the holy backs to the holy wombs of noble ladies. And when it came to Nuh alayhi salam, so it was the Nur who was the carrier of the Nur Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his back. So his ark, it landed on the shore because of this Nur Nabi. And it was the barakat of Nur Nabi that the Namrud, who had lit the big fire, that became very cold and became the flower on Ibrahim alayhi salam. And finally it reached his grandfather and his father. So they had this nur on their forehead. They would carry that nur on their back, but it will shine on their forehead. So all the people would be able to recognize. So wherever this nur and nabi would keep on passing, this tribe or all the group of people will rise among the ranks and become very prominent. Such was the case of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's father. Whenever he would travel on his trade mission to Medina, every lady in the Medina will beg to marry him. But he married Bibi Amina. So when he was the carrier of Nur and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and when Bibi Amina, when the indication happened of the when she started expecting, she did not expect suffer from any labor pain just because of Nur and Nabi. So again, I was just describing why all the angels prostrate or did the sujud for Adam alayhi salam, because he was carrying the Nur Muhammadi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then everybody prostrated before Adam alayhi salam except Shaitan. He became arrogant, haughty, and he became rebellious. And this shows, Maulana Abdul Qadir Sahib is saying that, what is Satanism or Iblisism? This is the root cause of all the evils. What made him? What was Shaitan? Shaitan was the tutor of all the angels. And he had not rebelled when other jinns have rebelled in the earth and became the thing. So he came back to the heaven and pleaded with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not expel me from the earth, because I'm the one who never disobeyed you. So what made him kafir? It was his own arrogance. And when it comes to humans, human has the capacity to do good and bad. And when it comes to humans, they also became very demonic. For example, any arrogance when it comes to humans, and he started feeling the other person is lesser being than me. So he became arrogant. It could be individual and it could be collective. So for example, I'll give you another example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave miracle of Quran to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And when he recited those in front of the biggest poet of Makkah, Walid bin Mughira, and he knew his poetry. He was the most celebrated poet of Makkah, and he knew a poetic. So, instantly he said that this kalam has a lot of freshness and a lot of sweetness in it. But what happened? And he almost converted to Islam. But what happened? A demonic quality, arrogance. He said, I'm from the Banu Makhzum. If I accept this, what will be the difference between my tribe, Banu Makhzum, and Banu Hashim, which was the tribe of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? So you see, when this arrogance comes, and this again exists, we have seen it. When Adolf Hitler came to power, he believed that Aryans were martial race, the Germanic race were martial race, and they were the superior to other races, and they caused what they feel that the lesser races like Gypsy and Jews and all that, they all rounded them and sent them to concentration camps and to the those gas chambers and things like that. So what is that? This is arrogance when a person, and a difference of that, opposite to that, what makes a person angelic? When we adopt angels, what angels did not understand the creation of Adam al-Islam at that time, because they did not know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew, but they show their humbleness. We do not know anything except what you have taught us. So it was humbleness. So what we do is practice humbleness. We do 5 times namaz. So we rub our nose into the prostration to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we glorify him. So what is that? It is the whole ibadah, or the whole, being a slave of Allah is humility. Dua is the basically the essence of that. And what is the dua? Dua is basically, you raise your hand and beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just like a beggar begs to a rich person, okay, please grant me something so I can get by. So this is the dua, that begging to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that when you beg with somebody, you do the humiliation. So you say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm helpless, please help me. So this is the humiliation. So that's the difference. When person becomes arrogant and start to think he's better than other, he became like demon-like. And when he becomes humble, he became angel-like. Imam Ghazali have described it other way. He said that all the angels, they just obey all the commands without questions. And the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, supersedes their desires. Like angels don't have, but we humans have desire. So when we do the rosa, or we do the fasting, what we do is all the pleasures of eating and drinking, we refrain from it. What we are doing is that we are subduing our desires, desire to eat, desire to drink and eat. So we are following, and why we are doing? We are doing it under the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are doing tazkiyah nafs. So that's why we become closing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam Ghazali says that we are doing something like angels do. Angels, they just obey whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command them. So naturally in their creation, there's no desires. But for us, when we subdue our desires or up to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that's why we can become near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So قلنا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك جنة كلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربوا بهذا الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told when Adam alayhi salam was created, it doesn't, so further on, what happened that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Adam alayhi salam was living and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Bibi Hawa from him. And when he was sleeping, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a part from his ribs and created Bibi Hawa. By the way, Bibi Hawa, just like among the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most beautiful being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was man was ever created, was Yusuf alayhi salam. Among women, the most beautiful woman Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ever created was Bibi Hawa. And all the beautiful women that you see today, that they are the reflection of Bibi Hawa, because she was the most beautiful woman that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created for Adam alayhi salam. Maulana Khartabi, although Yusuf alayhi salam is said to have the half of the masculine beauty or masculine beauty of all the human beings, but Maulana Khartabi, he said that Yusuf alayhi salam masculine beauty was actually the one that manifest, but Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam masculine beauty was something that was hidden. It was the word he used was mastur, which was hidden. Otherwise, no eye could bear the masculine beauty of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is the view of most of the Sufi scholars and Maulana Khartabi as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Adam alayhi salam, you and your wife live in the gardens of heavens and eat from wherever you want, how much you want, and wherever you but don't go near a particular tree. If you go near that tree, you will become, disobedient. So فَأَزَّلَّهُمَا شَيْطَانُ عَنْهَا فَأَخْرَجَهُمَا. So what is this word فَأَزَّلَّهُمَا? So that means the literal meaning of that is slip, or so the word means, but in the technical terms, this is the trick of shaitan, that when he could not enter the Jannah, because Jannah is only for the righteous people, but he knew all kind of tricks. So it is said that he became one of the serpent or a snake and entered Jannah. And when he did that, so he could not deceive, or so he approached Bibi Hawa because he knew that he could not do all his tricks. So فَأَزَلَّهُمَا means very tactfully convincing somebody. So he went to Bibi Hawa and says that this, I do not know the words of that, but just like shaitan does it today, when he want to convince somebody to do something evil, he slowly work on him and says, I do not want you to do this adultery. I just want you to go and approach this girl and do the consented intercourse or something. Or if somebody shaitan wants to deceive somebody, he slowly approach and slowly work his trick and says, okay, I do not want you to eat haram, but just try it one time. So this is the tricks of shaitan, that slowly he works it, tactfully he rub, because he is a very educated enemy. So he convinced Bibi Hawa. In turn, she convinced Adam alayhi salam to eat from that forbidden fruit or tree, and that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrath came on him. And he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, because when he ate from the forbidden tree, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقُلْنَا هْبِطُوا بَعْضُكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Adam alayhi salam and shaitan that you go descend to the earth and you are each other's enemy. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing an enemy for us. Enemy is what? Enemy is something who wish very bad for us. Like, in the worldly sense, enemy is something, he's not happy at your success. He's not happy at your well-being. Like if you have a good job, good business, good car, so he became jealous. So this is the animosity that exists in shaitan, because shaitan used to be in the good position in this earth. But when Adam replaced him, and Adam alayhi salam, so that's why he became jealous that all the angels are prostrating before Adam alayhi salam, and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you are each other's enemy. So when a person does a righteous thing and goes to heaven, that is a success for a humankind, and shaitan will his tricks will be useless against that kind of people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that you go to the earth, and this will be your place of abode, and it will be something your sustenance for a particular time, mata'an ilahin, for a particular time. So when he sent to the earth Adam alayhi salam, he was, as a punishment, he was separated for Bibi Hawa. It is said, we do not know, but it is said that Adam alayhi salam was descended into the India or China, and Bibi Hawa became what is now Arabia. And for 350 years, they were separated. And when finally they met each other, so Adam alayhi salam was so happy that he prostrated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's how, they met and, started a life together. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them with children in this earth. So, the story further goes, فَتَلَقَّى آدَمَ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ كَلِمَاتٍ فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ. So he learned, Adam alayhi salam learned from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala some sentences that became the cause for his forgiveness, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him. What were those kalimats, or what were those sentences? So when Adam alayhi salam was heavens, And on the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he had seen the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it all, but if this is just a common, but Allah, when Adam alayhi salam asked for forgiveness in the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's knower of all the things, but just as a conversation, asked Adam alayhi salam, how would you know that name? That was just for the conversation purpose. So he said that I saw that name on your throne. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive Adam alayhi salam. And he says, Innahu tawwabur rahim. And indeed, he is very forgiving. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ نَحْبِتُ مِنْهُ جَمِيعًا. All of you descend, like descend to the earth. فَأَمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَنْ تَبَعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, all of you descend to this earth, and whenever guidance will come from me, so whoever follows that guidance, so he does not have anything to fear, and he does not have anything to distress. So, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. Whoever does the disobedience, kafaru, disobedience, and كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, and whoever, denies our ayats or our kalam or our commandments, أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ. They are the people of hellfire. هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. They will live there forever. So these are this is the ruku in which we learn a lot about the creation of Adam alayhi salam. What are the different creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Angels who do not have any desires, they obey the commands, and their creation is from the light, from the nur. And the creation of jinn, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created from fire. And jinn is one of those, shaitan is from the jinn kind, but not all the jinns are rebellious. There are some Muslim jinns as well who follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his commandment. But shaitan is the rebellious jinn, and he said, and we believe that, root cause of all the evil is a demonic quality in which arrogance or haughtiness, and the basis of all the good things or the ibadah is the humbleness. What we do in namaz 5 times, that we prostrate before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I would like to add one thing, as Maulana Sahib has described it, that what sajda angels did to Adam alayhi salam was not a sajda that they believed that Ma'azallah Adam alayhi salam was God or he shared his authority, but it was a respect. And in the previous scriptures and previous shariats, it was allowed. Just like Yusuf alayhi salam, his brothers and his parents prostrated before him as a respect. It is mentioned in Quran as well. But this is thus sajda of respect. When Sahaba Ikram, when they loved him so much that, allow us, oh Nabi Allah, please allow us to prostrate before you. He said he refused to be he forbid people to prostrate before him. And he said, I will rather teach you something better. He said, say salam instead. So he taught people how to say salam to him. So that's why we reach salatu salam. So inshallah, we will stop here. And if you brothers have any questions, comments, inshallah, we will welcome.